The second game we're talking about on this episode is Ticket to Ride New York.
Designed by Alan Damfish R. Moon. Artist is Cyrille, Daujean.
Is that really say that?
No, wasn't that his joke? Sorry, I was trying to make a joke.
That joke. Yes.
Yes.
The Dice Tower.
Yes, the Dice Tower thing. Sorry.
Right,
artist Cyrille, Daujean, and Julien Delval, and published by Days of Wonder.
So, in context, I believe the Gen Con before last year, maybe 2017 or something, or 18, I don't remember now.
2 years ago, right?
Yeah, 2 years ago, maybe 2017. Yeah. He said a joke that ends in an F-bomb at a Dice Tower live event. So it was amazing. Sorry, Tom.
The build-up was a damn fish, though, right?
Yeah,
what he kept saying
exactly.
over and over. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, Ticket to Ride New York is small Ticket to Ride. The only difference is, so we're not talking about how to play this game. If you've not played Ticket to Ride, then just look that up. But the only difference is at the end of the game, there is no like longest route points, which I think is in the original Ticket to Ride, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Instead of that, they have tourist destinations, which essentially is this different city places or whatever, the locations that you're actually, the points on the board that you're connecting. Some of them have a 1, and if you've connected to that point, you get a bonus point. So you can get a few bonus points that way, in addition to your route cards and the trains you place throughout the game.
Trains.
Cabs. Whoa. Yeah. So it is using cabs instead of trains. Anyway, let's talk about that. What'd y'all think? 15 minutes?
Probably a little bit more. Maybe 30.
What?
Or was it 15?
Nah, it wasn't 30.
Dude, it is.
Well, what for?
It is maybe 4 players. I say 20 minutes. It's a 15-minute game for sure.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. If you want to play a little Ticket to Ride, you don't have a lot of time, or you're traveling, it's a great it fits on a table. You're not going to take Ticket to Ride and play it at a restaurant, where you can bring this and play it at a restaurant if you needed to.
Yeah. This is interesting because it's such a great experience, because they took the demo version of Ticket to Ride and redid it a little bit and made it a game.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
This
was like the demo they had on that they send to retailers or brick and mortar shops and stuff like that to teach the game to people. And they were like, oh, let's develop it slightly more, and bam, we got a game.
Okay. I hope that doesn't catch on.
It's interesting. It's weird because it's almost like they could have just took Ticket to Ride and cut the map in half. But there's nothing different. I wish they would have been slightly different things to the game.
Yeah. I mean, if you know how to play Ticket to Ride, you know how to play this game. It's the same rules.
It's the exact same game. Yeah.
It's the same game.
The only thing that kind of irritates me is like there's only 1 4 route. I guess in Ticket to Ride you can go up to 7. Cabs in a row or whatever.
Oh.
Train cars. In this one it's cabs. I'm just going to call them trains. So in this one there's only one destination between 2 things that has 4. Everything else is 3, 2, or 1.
So it's a race to get the 4.
You would think that, but not really.
Necessarily, no.
It's just been cooler if there was a few more of those. That's just a really nitpicky thing, honestly. And it would have been cooler
expansions.
Right.
All you have to do is
don't expand this. And it like
Ticket to Ride Louisville.
I don't get the idea behind they put a pad of paper for keeping score. They could have just put the same Euro score around the outside. I don't know why they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I think a lot of people play Ticket to Ride in that way, where they don't add up the score until the end of the game. A lot of people do that, and so that thing around the track around the outside is pointless.
Worthless. Yeah. It just takes up.
I don't think it's pointless, and I'll tell you why. Because the points that it is actually keeping track of is all the points that are on the board currently. And I get it, you can add those up.
Which only takes you really...
In this,
20
it
seconds.
only takes you 20 seconds,
right.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's probably why. It wasn't worth the real estate on the game board, and the look of it, probably another component to add.
Look at Eric using real estate.
to put on the board to track everything, and track it throughout the game is going to slow it down a little bit as well.
Yeah.
You just do that all at the end.
Oh, that makes sense.
It'd be a 20-minute game then.
It is cool. If you don't like to keep track of your games, then you have a pad that you have all the scores on, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you think the game is too short, great length, too long?
For what it is, I think, yeah. I mean, it hits it on the head. You want to let a short, filler game.
It does lend itself to want to have multiple plays in a row, which I thought was cool.
Right.
Like most of the time we've played it twice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Matt, what do you
or
think?
more.
Yeah, I mean it's short.
Does it replace Ticket to Ride?
Does it replace? Actually, I think I would rather play this.
That's why I asked this question.
I mean, I like Ticket to Ride, but it can be a little long for, I guess, what's going on. So this is nice that it's nice and compact. It's short. You get the exact same
George
feel.
doesn't agree.
No, I'm just confused because you played this twice, which is exactly the same amount of time as if you played Ticket to Ride once.
The full game.
It doesn't seem that way though.
I feel like Ticket to Ride's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it seems
Do you
like a
think
full
so?
game takes a
No.
little longer.
I can't remember because I played it 1,000 times on the app.
I think it's probably 45 minutes.
That probably ruined my actual experience.
Like, this game's so slow now.
Yeah, it's so slow. It took me 5 minutes to finish that one
Yeah.
because I have it on my phone or whatever. Anyway, no, I don't know. All I know is that they're coming out with Ticket to Ride London, which is the next iteration of the small game, and it has double-decker buses.
I was going to guess carriages.
Well, modern day. It also has a score track around the edge, so there's your real estate.
But it goes the opposite direction.
Yeah, it's reversed. And the only thing that's changed, well, the two things. One, it does have multiple 4 spaces, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Solves that problem for me. The last thing is, instead of having the tourist spots be just 1 point, they have what's called districts. So if you have a route that's connecting all the districts, which are just multiple points, right? So if you take like the top 5 points around the board, if you connect all 5 of those, you get 5 points. But if you connect these other 3, then you might get 4 points. It just depends on where they're at. So if they're out of the way of the route cards, destination cards, you're going to get more points for connecting those districts. But if they're, if I don't know how they designed it, but it seems like if like the middle section is worth less points for the district, then the outer edges is worth the most because you're taking the greatest path to get to where you were going anyway, instead of taking a straight line. So you get bonus points for doing so.
Cool.
It's weird. I don't really necessarily know if they need a separate game. They could have just sold a different map.
Right.
Like they,
Like I said,
I
they
just
could
expand
do-
this.
Right. Ticket to
Weird.
Ride
Yeah.
London, Ticket to Ride
You don't get the buses.
other cities.
yeah.
The places of
The buses.
interest on the London one, they should be the soccer stadiums. And then if you connect like rival teams, you lose points.
Because you riot.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't necessarily like. I almost rather buy London and sell New York. But I
Because
haven't played.
you want a little bit more.
It seems like London still says it's 15 minutes, but it has a couple of things that fix what I'm talking about. But we'll see if it actually changes anything, or if it's just the same game with a different map.
It bothers me that they're not trains because New York has trains. There's a subway.
Yeah.
Why are we suddenly
They-
doing cabs
Just
now?
connecting the subways together instead.
Well, it makes sense to have a route
Right.
if it's a subway. But if it's cabs, you drive wherever you want. I don't get it.
That's true.
And London has the underground, so they also have trains.
Ticket to Ride ants.
I would play that.
That would actually be cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Asmodee just made your Days of Wonder or whatever. Made your next game for you. Anyway, final thoughts on this one?
No, I didn't mind it for what it is.
Seems good.
Yeah, I actually probably do prefer playing this one over actual Ticket to Ride,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird. It is a good experience for the amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, that is Ticket to Ride New York.